my element is like this, but I need prepared atmospheric. I need contrast. Very, very intense, please, okay? Very intense, cream. Okay, like this, for understand better. Tubes, direct, okay? Because the paper have little water, you know, you remember my first step? I put some water. Now I prefer like this. Basic. Only down part. Sand basic. Intense. Really, really intense. And in this part I don't prefer texture. Okay, I'm using another tubes. Maybe paint's great, because this pigment is not texture. Clean my brush a little bit. And texture, not texture, this is the paint. Some like this maybe. Wow, nice color. It's not black intense, it's great. Like this. Really, I'm using a lot of pigment in this part, you know. Yes. Maybe using some water, liquid, okay, because I prefer more open this part, okay. Not all it's black or gray, okay. I need soft value. Why not? Yes. Look at this. Really intense. Okay. Very interesting. You know, in the beginning, understand, you start to paint with black. Now, start to magic. Look at this. I'm starting using big drops, basic, because I need line, you know. Wow. Soft only, okay. For this process, you need time. You need wait more time. Wait. 1 second altitude more. Yes. Slowly start to work. In this part, you need to maybe more patience in this step, okay? Why? Because the process is more slowly. This is the reason I am choice wet and weight paper, because you have more time for the construction, the line. Look at this, maybe more intense. You see, very fast coming, very fast, you know. Okay, this first steps, it's really interesting because it's okay. Wait, just a moment. My words is dynamic all the time to change movement. Wait. Yes, like this. Okay. Some time, more liquid. Okay, I show you another exercise, the same process, for you understand me better this step. You see? Different atmospheric. In the beginning I put black, very intense black, and after I put water, some drops, of course, to change, you know, this direction for start to construction this line. But depend of the quality of the drops is the intense of the line. This, for example, is soft drops, is soft lined, okay? More soft drops is more soft texture, you know. You recognize different values. I show you flat this moment. This texture, so more hard, and step by step more soft, and finally it's completely flat, you know. You need recognize your different value, a different texture for perspective of the horizon. I show you another exercise. You know, if you stay working, look at this, start to construction. Wait, little more water maybe, for help. And now I start to talk, you know, look at this, so different but the same process, you know, black in the beginning, step by step more gray, more light, some gray here. Of course the direction is different, you know, only in this direction you see different steps in this part. So interesting soft light in this part. If you take some boats or some people or some any element introduced inside this basic paint, you know, you recognize different style or different size of the drops, you know, more soft, more big, and here it's maybe much better example. You recognize fast, very big drops, you know, more intense and more soft. The change line is dependent what you change direction in the water, like this. In 2 or 3 steps you change direction. For construction the line, yeah, for this line, depend of composition, depend of your intention, you change direction of the line. But you need many pigment the first, you know, pure intense pigment for you see the contrast in this part, light white. Look at this and start to construction here. Of course you need little more time, but it's very interesting how work in the water and the paper. So very interesting. Look at this. Start to construction here. You need maybe more time and more big drops. Okay. Look at this. Little more maybe. Why not? In one direction only. Okay. Yes. It's one process more slowly, but it's very interesting result really. In this step, this third step, I think it's you test your patience for the paint, because you need more exercise. Not only one piece. It's sure for your paint. Maybe you think about 3, 4, 5 steps. 3 or 4, 5 pieces before to paint, because depend on what you feel, which basic it's better for your subject, for your element, you know. And this exercise is one boat, for example. Yes, or it's okay. Really, what white pigment, it's very addictive. Okay, don't touch too much. Okay guys, this is the result. Introduce one element in in this atmospheric. So very, very interesting, this different value, you know. This also, it's some cloud maybe, you know, it's sky, cloud, mountain, yeah, wait in the very near of the beach, maybe this spot. It's nice atmospheric about this, but it's more important you understand for this painting you need different steps, okay, and more time for wait different value, different direction of the water. Yeah, of course, if you have a different subject like this, for example, you need different exercise for introduce 2 or 3 or 4 elements in your subject, okay. Not every subject it's for every basic paint, okay. Look at this, for example, it's introduced inside water. He don't feel this element. I prefer like this for this element, you know. You need take many photos about your choice, which you prefer, introduce in one different steps, you know. I show you in 5 times in my different exercise which basic it's better for some element, or like this, for example, depend because the composition of the boat, so different direction, if it's possible to change different movement in your basic paint, okay.
The work with aquarelle, for example, the first step, it talks about fluidity, about dynamics, and about accepting nature as part of our work. In a simple example like that of a tree, we can discover how water starts to draw and complement our work, and together we build an idea, a primary idea starting from nothing and finding the concept at the end in the fluidity. Yes, as a second point, we have the use of a photograph as a reference, which is very common for us to use a photographic element or an element of nature itself in the plan. But starting from an idea and how we introduce the first part, the initial fluidity that we found in the first exercise into an exercise like this, respecting that. Yes, a bit of composition, a bit of architecture, and all these things that come with it. But letting ourselves go and flow precisely with this natural flow of water that will help us to better understand the plasticity that complements us, right? And as a third point, as a third stage, it's about a bit of research on timing, right? When we have a bit more work experience, a bit more patience to respect the natural timing of water because water needs its time. It is not an element that will depend solely on your direction. Rather, you have to respect the stages, sometimes even prolonged ones of 20 or 30 minutes that you have to wait, right? Or you might need to work in several stages to truly understand which one aligns best with the subject you want to work on. So, the third lesson of the course requires a bit more patience, a bit more work, a bit more dedication. So I invite you to enjoy it as well, because I believe it is an essential part of the language of water. Thank you very much.